Talking in my sleep at night, making myself crazy. Out of my mind, out of my mind. Wrote it down and read it out, hoping it would save me. Too many times, too many times. My love, he makes it feel like nobody else, nobody else. But my love, he doesn't love me, so I tell myself, one, don't pick up the phone, you know he's only calling cause he's walking alone. Two, don't let him in, you have to kick him out again. Three, don't be a friend, you know you're gonna wake up in his bed in the morning. And girl, man, you ain't getting over him. I got no rules, I count him.
I'm here with a...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. We'll watch the Brooklyn Nets in this one as they go up against the Oklahoma City Thunder at Chesapeake Energy Arena. And for Oklahoma City, they're still right there in the thick of the race for the conference's top playoff seeds at just 4 games out of first place. And we get to see Paul George tonight. Tremendous all-around player, but Shaq, if you were in George's shoes, what's the one area you might try to improve on?
I think he can get to the line more often because he's a great free throw shooter, and you want to make the most of that, Ernie.
You know what? He's a great playmaker, and he was exceptional before he got to Oklahoma City and before he got injured. So now he's going to just continue that. He's learning to reinvent himself in a different way.
It's time to tip this game off.
Let's tip it off.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan and let's tip it off.
Live from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, 2K Sports proudly brings you the Thunder at the Peak at the Chesapeake Energy Arena. With Brett Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Well, for the Oklahoma City Thunder, they won their last contest, that game against the Jazz in Utah.
And this is why depth is so important. You know, next man up, and it's pretty much the philosophy for every good team in our league.
But you're going to have injuries. You're going to have nights where there's foul troubles or the starters just struggle. So you need a strong bench to remain consistent in this league.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is a fearsome competitor, but he says you never know how long you'll be able to run like this or jump like this, so I go for it every time. I may look angry, but it's the only way I know. Yes, you look angry. Kevin?
Yeah, he's special, D.A., absolutely. Thanks. Brent, common complaint you hear, the same teams competing for the championship every year. Good or bad for the NBA?
Wait, is this 2018-19?
Yes, it is.
Did this discussion happen in 1989 with Lakers, Celtics?
I don't know.
Yes, it did.
All I'm saying is I like having these dominant teams.
I think it's great for the league.
Yes.
I think it's a great challenge for those teams who have climbed Mount Everest to stay up there as long as possible. You know at some point they're going to run out of oxygen. That makes it dramatic to find out how many different ways a team like the Warriors is going to win a championship and bring it back to the Bay Area. But this idea of parity and this idea of trying to make sure that every team has a chance to compete, I think only 10 teams have won championships in the last 30 years in the league. So the trophy doesn't move around all that much.
It doesn't.
Kevin.
No, you're right. So the Nets starting 5. Russell and Crabbe are in the backcourt together. Allen is out there with Caruch, and it's Harris in at the small forward. Now here is Harris, and they double up Russell. Back to Harris, three-pointer, drops in the tray.
And you love how Russell keeps his eyes up, rarely misses a guy when he's free.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Harris, and it's Brooklyn scoring again. Unloads from 13, and it's good off the back rim and in. George has got his second bucket.
Well, a good start here. That's Trey for Trey, and that's Spanish for three.
You're right. And they double up Russell. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Harris passes to Caruch, and there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Now their offense is rolling. A perfect start, 4 of 4 so far.
The Thunder have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Westbrook drives in, and the shot goes in. Westbrook's got his second basket of the night.
A monster drive there by Westbrook. So explosive. Contact phases him not in the slightest.
And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul. Pass to Caruch. To the middle. That's tipped. Westbrook with the steal.
I don't like that decision there on the entry pass. Not with the defender right there ready to pick it off.
Well, the anticipation for steals that Westbrook shows, I mean, maybe playing point guard paying off on the defensive end to help create that fast break.
Westbrook with the steal. The finish. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Pass to Caruch. Uncovered. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 3 assists in the game. Here's George. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, George has got 6.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And you know, when everyone's working together, taking care of their roles, it just makes the game easier.
Well, they not only had the right strategy, but they were very exact in their execution. And when the coaches call in the right plays, everything just looks seamless.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Allen. Some impressive play from him over the last month. 4th in field goal percentage. And he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And yeah, he's such an efficient scorer, understands the offense, moves without the ball so well. That's why he's top 5 in field goal percentage. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Caruch passes to Allen. And Harris wide open. He shoots off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered if Westbrook was too aggressive playing with KD. They said Russ was taking too many shots. No questions anymore. Westbrook is the man in OKC.
Good on the three-point shot.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Fires for three. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
This guy is just shredding the defense right now. He's hitting any shots he's putting up.
Knocked away. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Well, as usual, a lot of offense in the NBA is being generated from the small forward position this season. Here are the league's best at that position. Paul George on top.
There is no doubt he is one of the league's most dynamic offensive players. I mean, he's capable of putting up some huge numbers from that wing position.
Well, the biggest number among them being that scoring average. He provides high-octane, high-energy offense at all times, and there's virtually nothing an opponent can do to slow him down. Say your prayers.
Boy, do they look sharp. I mean, everything falling for them.
Russell kicks to Harris. And there's the pass to Caruch. Here's Allen. And Allen slams it in.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Ferguson's got his second basket of the game.
Well, Westbrook keeping his options open on that possession, doesn't force the shot, and finds a man breaking free.
Crabbe kicks to Russell. For three. It's hauled in by Adams.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
Grant, that's good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. 7-point differential. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
Man, felt like they probably would have won if they weren't saddled with all that foul trouble. They had to piece together some makeshift lineups late in that game. That might have cost them.
And it's Paul George with the finish.
Guy's got some of the best hands in the league. Paul George instincts right there. Pokes that ball away.
Here's Russell. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Out to the wing. For three, Harris gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
And stolen by Russell. Here's the teardrop. Three-pointer. And that one is off. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Here's George. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. Russell against Westbrook. Pass to Caruch. He kicks it to Harris. Pass to Crabbe. 6 to shoot. Back to Harris. There's the three. Harris missing again. The Thunder leading by 10. Here's George. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Harris. Passes it to Crabbe. Inside. It falls for his fifth field goal tonight. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Grant, that's good.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And Jeremy Grant, great genes for the game, Greg. Father was Harvey, uncle was Horace, both NBA players and stars. His brother Jerian also in the association.
Yeah, and Jeremy might be the best athletically of them all. I mean, 6'8" with that 7'3" wingspan, great bounce. If he can develop his skill to match, he'll have a long and prosperous NBA career.
Big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Ed Davis is checked in for Karuch. Damari Carroll comes in for Harris. LeVert's checked in for Alan Crabb. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for D'Angelo Russell. Here's Davis. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got 4 rebounds in this game. Baseline jumper. Westbrook, no good. Nets trail by 10. Patterson bringing the double. Patterson against Davis. Kicks to Dinwiddie. Fires the 3. Clock at 4. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. It's getting late in the season. Let's see how the standings are out west. You look at Golden State. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And checking out Oklahoma City, a few slots below them.
And you know, for the Thunder, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
Well, the goal is very defined. They have to have a strong finish to the season and make sure they get home court advantage for at least the first few rounds of the playoffs.
Davis surveying the floor. Shot from the top of the key. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got his first bucket of the night.
When the guy is capable of so many things like that on the offensive end, anytime you lose sight of him, he's got a huge advantage. You got your scorecard out, Kevin. That might be a 50, or are we going 100 or 1,000? Westbrook with a unique combination of power and athleticism.
Nets trail by 12. To the right side. LeVert, that one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. LeVert's got 5.
There's just no excuse to leave someone that wide open. Communication breakdown.
Brooklyn's gone 4 of 8 on their 3-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside here in the first quarter. Dinwiddie kicks to Allen. Takes a 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded closely. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And that was an easy one there. Just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
Left side, Westbrook. And he makes good on the layup. 15 points in the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Westbrook with the steal and finished off by Westbrook.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
Here's LeVert. They get a hand on it.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for the Nets.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown here from three-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal.
Allen outside. Here's Dinwiddie. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And the Thunder with some changes. Noel comes in for Steven Adams. And Morris subbed in for Patrick Patterson.
Markieff Morris.
And it's Carroll with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 10. To the paint. Allen, that's good. Allen's got 6.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And it's Westbrook, that time on the assist by Schroeder. 19 points for Russell Westbrook.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Down low. Banked in off the glass.
And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, for both teams, we're seeing great synergy on offense, but some lackluster defense.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Nets trail by 10. Billy Donovan has faced a tough job in Oklahoma City, Brent. Star players leaving town, some even criticizing him after they left.
The circumstances of Billy Donovan moving off of what he did at the University of Florida and making that a powerhouse Division I basketball program, it's been very interesting to have Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant to begin your career, and then pushing that team to almost beating the Golden State Warriors, losing in a Game 7 to losing Kevin Durant. Billy Donovan's seen a lot in the early part of his career. The hopes is that he continues to grow and learn. Really happy with the hire of Billy Donovan and what he brings to the table in terms of his basketball acumen.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws of the game.
Not a strong suit for this group, just around 71%.
First one falls for him.
The Thunder, one of the lowest rates of assists in the league last year. Also, a team that does not move the ball around all that much to gain some advantage with strong side, weak side movement. So we'll see isolation, we'll see pick and roll, and very few passes in a contest like this.
Schroeder hits them both.
The potential Schroeder has is pretty exciting. Such a lightning quick point guard.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. The pass to LeVert. There's 42 seconds left in the first. Lays it up off the glass. Dinwiddie's got 10 points in the game. The Thunder leading by 9. Outside Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Yeah, you can credit the play calling. Nothing really fancy, just imposing their will on the inside.
To the middle, here's Davis. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Taking advantage of his touch around the basket, Davis does a nice job there of using his body to shield the defenders from the basketball.
Westbrook with the bucket.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's LeVert. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Detroit. Off target from outside. Here's Burton. Here's Westbrook. And it's, yeah, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
Well, you like to finish things on a positive note, and he times that one beautifully.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Thunder lead by 13. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. Russell Westbrook, a surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a very convincing performance from the Thunder so far.
The chemistry through the roof, and it's allowed them to build this huge lead after one.
All parts are working together, even the guys who have not put the points on the board making their subtle contributions.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Dinwiddie and LeVert teaming up as the backcourt. Jamari Carroll is out there with Davis, and it's Allen in at the 5 spot. Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. Outside, Davis. Dinwiddie kicks to Carroll. Lets it go from the wing. And too long on the shot. The Thunder leading by 14. Morris. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Ferguson's checked in for Russell Westbrook. Harris is checked in for the Nets. That free throw good from Morris. Brent, I'm sure there were times, and you've won 2 championships, where you thought you were going to win a title, and it didn't happen.
I'll go back to the first night that I thought potentially we were going to win a title with San Antonio. And that was in the 2005 finals against Detroit. We had come back home for a Game 6 that I thought we were going to win, and we did not. And sort of the pressure that mounted after that game to know that we were going to a Game 7 and had lost an opportunity where we really did feel coming off of Game 5 we were going to win. It certainly elevated the intensity of the Game 7, which we eventually won at home for our title in 2005.
And it's Noel missing. Nets trail by 19. Knocked loose. Pass to LeVert. And here's Harris from the arc. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. George is checked in for Oklahoma City. The Nets also changing it up. Caruth is checked in for Damari Carroll. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for LeVert. Here's Schroeder. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Nets trail by 16. On the wing, Harris. Russell left side. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Russell's got his first bucket in this one.
And happy to take it up inside. You see Russell under control and in charge. And just keeping his teammates involved. This is the kind of leadership you like to see.
Well, you could trademark this brand of basketball, running through the progressions and working around for decent looks.
Davis with it. Guarded now by Morris. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Nice finish off the pick and roll by Davis, using his length and athleticism to full advantage.
Morris, no good. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 14-point game. 2 points, that one goes. Caruth just got 6 points.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Noel finds Schroeder.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
For Oklahoma City, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. That free throw good from George.
The versatility of Paul George as he's matured and put some more weight on his frame through the years. He's an exceptional two-way player with outstanding length and a tremendous scoring ability.
And George drops them both.
Looking comfortable there from the line. Knows he needs to come through for his team at the charity stripe.
Timeout called, the Nets.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchup.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Bucks. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, there's the Nets. Right now, they're 5 spots below them.
And seeing where the Nets are, they've had a tremendous year. There were a lot of people waiting for them to take that tumble late in the season. Well, those people might be waiting for a little while longer.
Well, tumbles happen in gymnastics class, not with this team. I can say that for sure. All that's left to wonder about is how deep a run this team's going to make.
The Nets shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Getting open in the NBA, not an easy task, and there are a lot of players that are so good moving off the ball.
I think the first couple guys that come to mind are J.J. Redick and Kyle Korver. Old school style in which they operate like a Rip Hamilton. And if you go back, Mitch Richmond, where they're using a multitude of screens, seemingly never stopping during an offensive possession and causing some kind of confusion. So J.J. and Kyle Korver are still doing exemplary jobs of off-ball movement.
The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 6 assists now in the game.
Pretty cool that Paul George came to the game on a rocket ship because he's on another planet right now.
Trying to get open is Davis. Harris's shot is good.
And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
And George with the stuff.
Paul George is aggressive. Look at his eyes right now, focused on scoring, and he sees the open path and gets right there.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Now, here is Russell. 11 points for him in that last game against Detroit. Here's Harris. That one off the back iron and out.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Now he's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly. PG played his first 7 seasons in Indiana with the Pacers and guided them to 2 Eastern Conference Finals appearances, and that playoff PG moniker that he came up with, it holds true if you look at the numbers. And when the Pacers were about to rebuild, I think Paul George let them know that he was willing to move on to continue his career somewhere else.
A lot of fans in Indiana upset with Paul George for deciding to leave. Do they have a point, Brent, or is that unfair?
I think it's a little unfair, Kevin. 7 great years from Paul George. Obviously had to recover from the leg injury and came back strong. But PG wanting to go somewhere where he could win a title, and that's a decision that every player has to make. PG thought somewhere else he might have that opportunity and maybe more chances to do so.
Back to Crabbe, poked away, and out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
And let's take a look at some numbers for Dennis Schroeder, averaging 15 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
And therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive but not committing turnovers.
Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Jeremy Grant comes in for Morris. Nets trail by 16. To the inside. Here's Russell. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yes, that goes in. 24 points for Paul George.
This guy is just shredding the defense right now. He's hitting any shots he's putting up.
Pass to Karuch. Paul George with the steal. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. George has got 26 points.
Paul George can be dangerous out in transition. Great job finishing there.
And they double up Russell. He feeds it to Harris. Here's George. A rebound by the Nets.
Let's hope for his sake that he does not try that one ever again.
You're right. In the corner, it's Harris for the three. The putback is no good. Here's Oklahoma City. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Ferguson. Score the basket, his third after 5 shots.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Grab the pass to Karuch. Some solid defense from Grant.
I give the defense a C+ on that possession, but still, I'm sure he's upset he missed.
And it's George missing.
Just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
Here's Karuch. Davis controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, that's a refreshing workman's approach to the game. Davis there beats everyone on the rebound and then finishes strong.
Ferguson. Oklahoma City gets it back. Here's Adams. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 8th assist here tonight.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, the defender underestimates Davis's length there, and trust me, easy to do. Sends him to the line.
For Brooklyn, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And the 13th pick in the 2010 NBA draft, Davis has already been with a number of teams in his young career.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
George against Harris. And there it is for him. George has got 28.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And they double up Russell. Here's Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Grab the pass to Karuch. Here's Harris. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. He's got 24.
No, right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Ferguson's shot is good.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
There's Crabb with the 3. Offensive rebound. Karuch. Adams, some nice D.
Now you got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. He's just had a tough quarter.
Good work there as it goes. 32 points for Paul George.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
To the paint, here's Harris. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
Getting everyone involved. Russell operating the offense like a seasoned vet.
Here's George, and the layup's good off the glass. George has got 34 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
To the paint, here's Harris. He can't get that one. Adams, some nice D. Here's Ferguson, and he drops it in from the low post. Ferguson's got 11.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
And George, here we go. Lays it up and banks it in. George has got 36.
Well, you'd like to push Paul George out of the paint if possible. Goes into his bag of tricks to score that time.
In the corner, it's Harris. And the Nets miss again. The Thunder shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, certainly the knock on Dennis Schroeder is play on the defensive end.
Nobody questions how effective he is on offense. I just think he has a tendency to take a few too many plays off and too many chances on defense. If he wants to be viewed as a top point guard in this league, he'll need to show some consistency on the defensive end.
One shot, find the lanes.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. Now that we have the chance to show you the teams in the top of the NBA in steals this year. Number 1, the Thunder.
And it's no accident to see them at that top spot, guys. I mean, great awareness and anticipation. They apply a ton of pressure defensively.
Here's Westbrook, and Westbrook throws it down hard.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
Russell kicks to Allen. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And now Westbrook pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And finished off by Westbrook.
Yeah, Russell is not stopping right now. So sure on the offensive end. Just complete confidence there.
Brooklyn's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Passes it to LeVert. Shot to stop the run. Some solid defense from Grant.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
I still think there's a chance you string a couple of big plays together and the tide can turn very quickly.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
It's stolen by Adams. From deep, No good from Grant.
You can tell just by looking at his body language that he didn't want to take that shot, although the defense was more than willing to let him attempt it.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook, and that one's on target from the wing. Westbrook's got 8 points in the quarter.
You know, one sign was that Russell Westbrook had this part of his game back in college. He continues to be impressive in the mid-range.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
From deep, George bangs home the trifecta. George has got 42 in the game.
He's hit the proverbial switch, effortlessly finding different ways to score.
Here's Crabbe. That misses off the backboard. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Adams, and again it's Oklahoma City.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. And it's Allen with the jam.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, great body control there. George, tremendous athlete, takes the hit, and he makes that one count.
For Oklahoma City, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. Burton's checked in for Oklahoma City. And a change for the Nets. Dinwiddie's checked in for Crabbe. George, no good on the free throw.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Westbrook with the block.
There is no question that Russell is one of the top 10 athletes we have in the league. On full display there.
And that one's good, Burton.
And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
Russell with a wide open look. Count it, his second make in 4 attempts. 11 seconds left in the first half. Here's George. Buries it down low. George has got 46 points.
Well, Paul George has definitely garnered some strength through the years now, and he's developed that over time in the offseason, being diligent with his work ethic and gets through contact on that play.
And so it's Oklahoma City with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll return shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had a scoring performance for the ages, putting up an enormous amount of points, 2 steals, and 3 rebounds. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Ernie, I don't use this word a lot because, one, I can't spell it, but it was definitely a subpar effort for them on the glass. That hurt. They're serious about cutting into this deficit. It's gut check time. Ugh, you hear that, Ernie? I'm hitting my gut. Ugh, you got to check your gut, Ernie. Ugh, gut check time, Ernie.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for Oklahoma City right now, inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Westbrook and Ferguson, their backcourt, and it's George in at the 3 spot.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
It's good. George has got 48.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
That's his second personal foul.
Allen dishes to Crabb. Here's Russell, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Steven Adams picks one up.
Yeah, and with this increased aggressiveness offensively, Russell shooting more and more free throws.
First trip to the line for him here.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
And the first one drops. And so Russell hits them both. Here's Westbrook. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Russell Westbrook, passionate about the game of basketball, Brent, we know that, but fashion among his foremost interests outside the game.
Yeah, the honor the gift fashion line, which, you know, Kevin, you and I don't think we have much in our closets from that, but got to respect it. Fearless, not only on the court, but off the court in some of the attire that Russell Westbrook brings to the game.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Westbrook.
Well, after averaging a triple-double during the 16-17 MVP campaign for Russell Westbrook, he just keeps coming at you. What an electrifying and exciting player.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. For 3, Harris. Offensive rebound, Allen. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul.
The Nets have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6.
2 shots.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Look who's coming onto the court. It's your Thunder Girls. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
a look at some stats for D'Angelo Russell. He's had an impressive second half of the season. He's getting around 20 points per, 7 assists, and 2 rebounds. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And I like it when stars do exactly that. It's not just about scoring 50 or 40 or 30. It's about making plays consistently.
And Allen drops them both. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And they've only connected on 1 of 4 to start the half. Their offense is sputtering just a little bit here.
Russell looking around. That's good from Allen on the assist by Russell. Russell's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
Exactly. That's the kind of possession, ending with an easy one right at the bucket that you love to get early on. Builds confidence for the entire team.
Crabbe finds Allen. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got his 16th rebound on the night. Here's the 3. Westbrook, no good.
Well, he made 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't found a way to connect again from outside during the second.
Russell with the bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Thunder have gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. And that one is good.
Westbrook more and more becoming a lethal distributor.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Now the pass to Karuch. Back to Crabbe. Shoots the 3. But they'll get another chance. He kicks it to Harris. And then Allen slams it in.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
And GA, strong work all around. And the rebound and the stuff both. Wow.
I mean, letting that guy shoot freely from out there, he's going to destroy you from the perimeter if you do that.
Paul George with the steal. A nice shot by Harris. So it's the Thunder now. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them.
That's good defense, but like we say, better offenses. Paul George doesn't even think about the kick out. He wants to get those points.
Russell with it. Westbrook picks him up. Harris, good. Harris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
He makes it look effortless out there. Until the defense actually presents a challenge for him, expect those kind of results.
Russell kicks to Harris. They grab their own miss. Karuch, the layup off target. The Thunder have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. And stolen by Russell. Crabbe in the corner. From the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Well, both him and the team seem to be off their game right now, and the frustration is clearly mounting as the clock is winding down.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Russell Westbrook. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. 2nd in scoring, 10th in rebounding, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And what he's doing right now, carving up defensive schemes at will, 2nd best scorer in the league. It's just a marvelous thing to watch and appreciate. Here's George. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. George has got 54 points.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
For 3, Harris. Ferguson with the rebound.
Well, he was terrific in the first half, guys. Maybe some adjustments from the opposing team coach, and he's lost a little bit of that touch here in the second.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
And he gets the bucket.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. A different look for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Adams. And Markieff Morris subbed in for George. Davis is checked in for the Nets. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Crabb. Here's Ferguson. He's got 13. Here's Westbrook. That one, no good. Excellent D there from Allen.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Nets passing it around. Dinwiddie passes to Russell. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Schroeder's checked in. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Morris. Hands the 12-footer. Morris has got 9 points. Here's Russell. 13 points in the game. Allen outside. Kicks to Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
The go-go gadget arms of Davis allows him to dunk from anywhere within a few feet of the basket.
Here's Morris. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Not sure you can ask for a better look. He can make those shots while sleeping.
Dinwiddie passes to Russell. Down low, here's Davis, and finished off by Davis.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Brooklyn.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good. And Markieff Morris out of Kansas, a spread 4, as they say.
And able to stripe it from anywhere on the floor. A good secondary scorer who can also create his own shot on the block at times.
Burton's checked in for Ferguson. The Nets also changing it up. Damari Carroll's checked in for Allen. And it's LeVert in for D'Angelo Russell. He doesn't get the second one. Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 10. Inside. And it's Davis missing.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. Launches a 3. No good that time. And the Thunder going the other way now. Here's Burton. And the layup's good off the glass. Burton's got his second bucket.
Well, we've seen Schroeder stepping up more as a distributor, leading this ball club now.
Here's Dinwiddie. And a miss there on the triple.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting approximately 43% in the third quarter. LeVert the pass to Harris. Here's Dinwiddie. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Markieff Morris. Oklahoma City's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. The Thunder with another miss. And for the Nets, they're shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Oklahoma City shooting around 48% so far in the third. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Just fantastic work from Schroeder there, getting a whack on the drive and still finding a way to complete the play.
Here's Dinwiddie. 12 points for him. LeVert the pass to Harris. Here's Dinwiddie. No good on the triple.
but still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
From outside the arc, Brooklyn with the rebound.
And lots of credit for the team around him. They're picking up the slack here tonight. He just can't buy a bucket right now.
Pass to LeVert, beyond the arc. Basket is good, the assist from Harris. Harris has got his 5th assist in this one. Patterson can't get it to go. And here's Brooklyn. Harris with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. Davis finds Carroll. Makes it off the glass.
And how about Carroll using his size there, taking it strong inside.
Grant with the ball. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game.
Just like to see the defense get more aggressive. They are asking for trouble as they're giving up open looks to this point.
LeVert the pass to Carroll. Lets the 3 fly. And it's LeVert missing. Oklahoma City shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight. The offensive rebound. And he gets the bucket.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Here's Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And Ed Davis gets up there and extends those arms of his. It feels like there's nobody in the world that's going to come close to getting to him on those dunks.
Oh, big finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 47% since getting things started in the 3rd quarter. Tipped away. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
1:57 left in the 3rd. Here's LeVert, 13 points in the game. Pass to Dinwiddie. And it's Davis at the elbow. Out to Harris. Six on the shot clock. Here's Davis. Offensive rebound. It's good on the putbacks.
Yeah, Davis, always active on the glass, and if you don't box him out, that's what he likes to do best. Rip it down.
Here's Patterson. And again, another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. Dinwiddie dishes to Davis. To the middle. He's looking for Carroll and finds him. Here's Dinwiddie. Off the left rim and out.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Took him no time at all on that one. 12 points for Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 12. And it's Carroll in the corner. Down low. Dinwiddie with the bucket. Dinwiddie's got 14 points for the game.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
Patterson. From down in the low post, it goes.
Well, Patterson usually on the perimeter, this time down on the inside, doing a little bit of damage.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. LeVert the pass to Dinwiddie. Here's Carroll. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, easy call.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he's shooting his free throws to the tune of 75% this season. Fairly standard numbers.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
They don't get no cash for me. We up the on the opposite and we dropping. Jaw squad wannabes. Y'all really not the stop. Whoa, I know you see me grinding. I don't ride no rollie cause my time is timeless. Why you tricking off racks on that? I'm tucking money in the safe for my kid and I'm good in the hood. Never tell that girl the truth, I'ma lie to her. Word to my baby mama, see us where I wasn't. But I'm the father of the year and she'll tell you I'm him. Dream, I am way up, but texting about no money, I ain't reading it. I'ma get some and I'm a girl, I ain't need you. Oh, I'm ballin' like baby. These they wanna have my baby. Nah, I'm fresh like mayonnaise. Not big time. Not big time. Big time.
Both teams will make substitutions. First one falls for him.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Carroll hits them both. Oklahoma City shooting it beautifully here in the third, 56% from the field. Here's George, and another assist for him. Dishing it all over the place in this one.
He's tallying them up in bunches.
Here's LeVert. Allen inside the three-point line.
Trust me, big guys hate playing against Steven Adams. He's a nuisance on the defensive end, and that time changed the shot.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He has never been better. This is the most points he's scored in his career, and he is looking to add to it. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Jared Dudley. Then there's Allen. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Musa in at the shooting guard position. The three. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Here's Diallo. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Diallo's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Oklahoma City. Down low, it's stolen by Adams. Here's Diallo, defended by Allen. Shot good by Diallo.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Passes to Dudley. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. And that one, good.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Felton kicks to Adams. Over Allen. Adams' shot is off. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Nets passing it around. Nobody near Allen. Doesn't go. Only his third miss in 9 tries. Patterson passes to Nader. Shoots from the baseline. Here's Felton. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
Defensive rebounding just as important as causing the miss in the first place.
Here's Musa. Game is so wide open now, Brent. Such a great pace. Does that put more strain on bigger players physically?
I think it's putting strain on everybody. I think last year we saw
regardless of size.
Yeah, injuries to every position, the key guys at every position. I think that some of the physical motions that players have to perform in games because they're covering more ground and in susceptible positions, it's happening to everybody. The issue with the big guys, Kevin, is they're not playing. Less of them are getting more important time on the floor, so it's a strain on everybody. Always tough to work the closer you get to the basket. Nice job of finding an angle on the pass there.
Diallo, no good. Got a piece of it. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Morris is checked in for Oklahoma City. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Thunder have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
2 shots in the lineup coming. Hamidou Diallo.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. As the league's star power grows, we see more players taking on roles in entertainment, which is kind of interesting. Do you think that's a distraction at all?
Did you know that I was in a movie myself, Kevin?
Why do you think I'm bringing this up? You have firsthand knowledge of this stuff. Your fingerprints are all over this question.
Yeah, not a distraction. I mean, come on. It's an opportunity for guys to go.
It was fun, right? You loved your experience, didn't you?
I did love my experience. I did a couple commercials when I was in Los Angeles. It's a lot of fun.
And you were good.
You're amazing, Kevin. Thank you.
They won, and they won awards.
Thank you. The things did win awards.
I know.
You're very kind. It's not a distraction, though. These guys are kids. They want to do things. They want to do things musically. They want to be on stage. They want to be in movies. They want to do TV shows.
Too, right? Helps the league and notoriety and everything else.
Why not?
Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Right, you're down by double digits. You have to play with maximum intensity just to have a chance to come back. Not seeing it here.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Shot good by Diallo.
Soft touch on the lay-in. Not everyone has that.
Nets have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Musa, good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Here's Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting it well here in the fourth quarter at 50%. And Morris comes over to help. Allen finds Dudley. Good on the shot.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
For Oklahoma City, they've gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. The Nets have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. There's the pass to Musa. Fires the three. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Diallo. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill category that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14 having school and basketball and being at a facility for just those things specifically. The last few years, there's been a lot of concern with players being more adept and more skilled here in the States. The change is coming.
The Nets working the ball around now. Knocked loose. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Pull-up jumper. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
That's good again. His 7th basket, 7 for 10 from the floor.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
Yeah, I'm a little bit exhausted here trying to keep up with these guys, and I'm just watching. And they always attempt to wear you out.
All you have to do is point to their turnovers this quarter. There's a reason the scoreboard looks like it does.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Around the world, Brent, we've seen the NBA take a role in helping youngsters learn to play the game of basketball the right way.
So incredible what Basketball Without Borders has done with the NBA junior program expanding itself. Last year in Treviso, for the first time, the NBA doing a combine for EuroLeague players so they can start a database of the older professional, younger professional players playing overseas. It's a global game. Adam Silver is doing a remarkable job of promoting the game, and we're in a great place, Kevin.
There's a lot of talk, too, Brent, about the age requirement for entering the draft, and Commissioner Silver has said it's a clear change that's probably on the way. What do you think the league should do?
Can you and I talk about a guy that you know quite well who in 1995 came out as the
17-year-old? I know
in the NBA draft. Kevin Garnett came into the league and handled himself extremely well. Now, for every one of those stories, we know there were other ones where guys did not make much of their NBA careers.
But then here comes the G League.
The G League, to me, is the huge key.
That's the equalizer.
A lot of these guys have a ripcord now for some of those things that transpired over the course of the last 30 years, where they can have a softer landing point to continue to develop, to continue to mature, and have an opportunity to make something of their NBA career.
Excellent explanation. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Thunder with the rebound. Morris has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Here's Nader. That's good from 17 feet away.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Here's Diallo, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation? And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
And it's Felton with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's blocked, and it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Tamari Carroll's checked in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Diallo, no good. Now here's Napier. He's covered by Felton. Here's Musa. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel. And the Thunder making a switch here. Schroeder's checked in. And the Nets also making a change. LeVert's checked in for Allen. On defense, Oklahoma City. Good on the three-point shot.
You know, he has single-handedly helped them carve into this lead thanks to his scoring in the quarter.
Schroeder scored the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And Schroeder did not even have to think twice about that shot. This young man simply devours these chances inside.
And here's Napier. Now Carroll. Pass to LeVert. 5 to shoot. Here's Napier. And the Nets, another 3.
Well, the defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
Shot from the wing. Diallo, no good. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Pass to Musa. Lets it go from deep. Morris with the rebound.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half. And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Over to the left wing. This is the second year with the sponsored patches on the jersey, advertising more or less. Have you gotten used to seeing those things?
Yeah, I think it was no problem last year.
They're small, they're unintrusive,
some
right?
teams did some really cool creative things with the color schemes, and I don't think we've seen the last of that, Kevin.
We see it in European games on their jerseys.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to recognize the number with how many advertisements are on the jerseys.
But billboard.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with it yet.
And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That is his first foul of the game. Allen's checked in for Brooklyn.
Substitution, Jarrett Allen.
Here's Musa. Allen, that's good. Allen's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
And it's Schroeder missing.
Oh, and the D did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
Kicks it to Napier. Offline with his 3. Oklahoma City shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. Kept alive. Here's Noel. Banked in off the glass.
Tremendous effort. He will not be denied on the offensive glass.
The Nets shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Napier passes to LeVert. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
For 3.
Napier's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Noel, and Noel throws it down.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. The Nets shooting it well here in the fourth quarter at 50%. Inside, Allen, that's good. Allen's got 20.
Well, that's some good O there. Always like to see them getting those interior looks.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Oklahoma City.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for George.
They looked aggressive on the offensive end, and that compounded into lots of great opportunities that he capitalized on.
It's stolen by Carroll. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And it's LeVert missing. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Here's Morris. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And you can tell they're ready to start celebrating a well-deserved victory here tonight.
Yeah, you can see the fans. They've already started celebrating themselves. A gutty performance.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout.
Who wants a free t-shirt? Make some noise!
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Noel, rebounded by the Nets.
Gotta make those shots. Not sure how he missed it. Defense was just okay.
Here's Dudley. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
And even though Schroeder might be on the light end of things when it comes to his weight, he remains relentless driving towards the basket.
To the inside, and stolen by Noel. Passes it to Diallo. Right through the D for the layup.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They poured it on tonight, dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.